children of the revolution. Now you won't fool the children of the revolution. Now, well, you can tear a plane in the falling rain. I drive a Rolls Royce, 'cause it's good for my voice, but you won't.
Marshall McLuhan is practically a household word in this television-conscious society. He's from the University of Toronto, of course, the author of a book called The Medium is the Message, and he came to New York last.
Marshall McLuhan coined the phrase technological determinism, which is the theory that technology is driving society. In McLuhan's book Understanding Media, he explains that any new technology is an extension of ourselves as human beings. He states the railway did not introduce movement or transportation or wheel or road into human society, but it accelerated and enlarged the scale of previous human functions.
Welcome to a brand new app on the Apple App Store.
Jobs that we know today, such as a mechanic, would not have been possible without technological advancements in the car and wheel. I believe that these career prospects in past have had a very positive effect on society due to people being able to be trained in a variety of areas and gain qualifications and careers through the advancements of technology. However, there are downsides to the theory of technological determinism. If society is being driven by technology, then the trends and habits we get into of interaction and communication could be detrimental. For example, society has started to use social networking sites like Facebook as a substitute for face-to-face communication. If younger generations of our society start to adopt these habits, then their communicational and social skills will be very limited when it comes to actually talking to people, which could harm their chances of a career. Web 2.0 is defined by Henry Jenkins in his book entitled Convergence Culture, Where Old and New Media Collide as new kinds of media companies which deploy social networks, user-generated content or user-moderated content. I would consider this description to be quite a good general overview of the term. In order to describe the term in as simplest terms as possible, Web 2.0 could be described as an interactive and user-generated technique that is connected to social networking. An issue which intrigues me is that of privacy when part of a social network. It seems strange to me that when on a social networking site, often people release private information about themselves into the public domain. These personal details and information is not usually shared in normal everyday society between strangers, which is basically what is happening when something is being posted on the internet. Users of social networking sites seem to have an odd sense of trust when communicating private things to the world. Howard Rheingold describes the act of releasing private information into society via social networking as automated webs of trust for ad hoc interactions. For example, assembling a carpool of trustworthy strangers when you drive downtown or seek a ride. It seems to me that society is willing to trust a website with revealing gossip and secrets due to the barrier between them and the information. In other words, the computer screen which is in front of the user acts as the barrier to separate themselves from the information that they are typing out. Another issue connected to social networking is again linked to privacy. The issue is that of paedophiles and vulnerable users of social networking websites. Due to the nature of the internet being a globalised technology, anyone, anywhere is able to access information about you as the user if you are willing to trust the social network and put up the information. A threat caused by the growth of social networking and the naivety of some of its users in our society can turn a communicative tool into a database for paedophiles and criminals. Websites like Facebook have been striving to limit access to profiles, such as them introducing the privacy settings for user accounts. However, naive and insecure people or victims of bullying in our society are unlikely, in my opinion, to be changing this to limit their profile access, because they must feel like they want to connect with other people around the world in different cultures that share their views, and they are the people that could be prime targets for paedophiles and criminals. However, I do believe that there are some very positive issues that can come from social networking. For one, it brings people together and connects varying cultures across the world in order to help create a peaceful globalization. It can also be a tool for the sharing of information between academics such as doctors. With the communicative capabilities of social networks, doctors can, in theory, share vital research with each other that could progress medicines and techniques in order to help society. I suppose the real question that needs to be asked when considering threats of Web 2.0 and social networking is it the technology that brings the wider audience to harm, or is the fault with the criminal in society? I think that the answer to the question is the latter. The fault lays solely with the criminal or paedophile. I believe that social networking and interactivity can drive society to bigger and better things. But in our society there are some very bad people, and it is up to society to be vigilant with them and not allow them to use technology to target naive people.